All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. Look, we have not been off, but our show has been off. But we have, if you have been checking in, we have done shows for the end of the year. All that. Shout out to I Only Listen to 90s Music. We've been here with it. And shout out to everybody though. People have been very, very interactive with some of our awards for the 2025 winners and losers of the year. Yeah. I'll say that at the least though.
I enjoyed that a lot, interacting with the audience. So we have to do more.
Yeah. No.
It's a lot of fun.
We doing an end of the month live. Live is coming up.
Okay. I'm down for it.
Look, hold on. We end of the month. So the last Tuesday of the month though. My thing is not popping up for a second. Hold on.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say something to you.
Well, we can see promoted though too though. Hold on. Nope, I'm on it. Last of the month, Tuesday the 27th, live. We live.
Okay. Perfect. I want to say something to you.
Yeah.
About one of the titles that we talked about where I gave the sucker, like, to Variety magazine in regards to what they said about sinners.
Well, no. You gave them the hater of the year.
Yes, the hater of the year. So award season, guys, is upon us, and I want to remind my fellow viewers and consumers to not be so enthralled and wrapped up in what the outcome, what we are about to see in regards to sinners. We're coming off the heels of the Critics' Choice Awards, where Sinners won for best supporting actor, which was Miles Canton, and this was his first time ever really acting because he sings backup for the singer Her. And she told him to go audition for it. She thought he would be perfect for it. I think it was also best original screenplay, also best ensemble cast, and I think the other thing was about the soundtrack, the other award, best picture, like best song. And so people are in an uproar about that because these are more technical awards versus like the main awards. You had Timothée Chalamet win for best actor.
He won White Boy of the Year from as well
for playing himself. What white men get to do is be themselves in all these spaces. And like I told you guys on that particular episode, I went to see Marty Supreme. It was hardly anybody in that theater, by the way. So whereas Variety was trying to hype, it's on track to make XYZ this weekend, versus the narrative. And when you have white people coming out saying, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And we see what's happening. And like I told y'all, who the CEO of the media corporation that is trying to suppress the idea of surrounding sinners, where they are also campaigning and rallying behind this film. So I want to implore you guys to hang on to the lightness that we got this amazing film that we'll be talking about for decades. And I can't wait to see what Ryan Coogler does next. And just remember that this was just a great film and we don't need awards, though it's great to be recognized for the things that we do. But sometimes it's just not fair. We know that, like, that's just how white Hollywood is. So don't get caught up in that. So you are not disappointed. We saw Michael B. Jordan stretch himself as an actor. He played not only one role, but for real, like 2.5, 3 roles in this film. When you really break down,
that's a full thing. Give him this
thing. And ultimately, I learned today that if he ends up getting an Oscar nomination, he will be the only person that has ever been nominated that has played multiple roles in a film. Ooh. So that is just dope within itself. We know probably when it comes down to the NAACP awards. He likely has that. That's neither here nor there. But Delroy Lindo, it should have been nominated because that motherfucker gave the monologue of the year.
Yeah, but his monologue is like the best monologue of the year, I believe.
Yes, it is definitely. It was voted the best monologue. So y'all, I just want to encourage everybody to not be discouraged and to continue to make your art and to put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, we have each other. And we have to look out and support each other in a world that does not want to shine a light on us. And that's all.
Yeah. So, man, I've been enthralled, though, Don, in this random drama on Facebook that with someone I grew up with.
Daryl, you don't even be online.
I know. So I only check in, though, like literally, like it's like 4 hours before we tape. I start this sending shit to Domino, and I just like, nigga, I just saw this. It's literally, that's how I am. Or unless I'm just sending something, through like automatic things though online though. But okay. I've been enthralled with this thing though. I'm not going to say the person who it is though, but I'm going to read some of the situation. This situation is going on since December 31st. And I still don't understand it. And I haven't reached out to her. This ain't no real journalistic thing. Why the fuck would I reach out to her though? But that's still the homie I grew up with it on everything. She grew up on the north side with me. Let me go with this. Let me go with the first one. This on January 3rd. I forgot to mention a woman beater. He told me I want to slap the shit out of you and you should let me. Nigga, what? She says shit like that, but a woman beater. Now, that's just giving you the little primer. I'm finna go into more. This man cheated his whole marriage, all 15 years, but playing victim. Yeah, a victim to your choices. This Jezebel with 2 burlap sack stomachs and titties to her stomach that suck cat and dick at the same time, mad because her man came for me, child. That's enough for y'all to even. If you want to know more, though, email me. I will direct you when they need to be, or maybe I just come read. She said I'm not done until January 15th. So, and there's more. There's more in there. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you though. Don.
You know what this remind me of?
Go ahead, Don. What you got?
Another thread that you found out about, and we know the person, and the person made that that Instagram.
For sure. I know where to get in it. I'm like I know where it's like, oh, this is something.
Oh my gosh.
This is like
I don't know this person, but this is what that remind me of. Yeah, I don't.
No, you don't. I know you don't.
Duh. Can I read this one?
Go ahead.
It was 4 hours ago.
Go ahead, read it.
It says, "Don't receipts. Don't try to run back that threesome talk back now. I don't do women. If I did, definitely wouldn't be one built nor look like you. I said quite, because it's supposed to be quiet. I said quite for weeks. This Jezebel still can't get me out of her head. Say anything to provoke me and try to control me. Delusional as that crackhead with his first hit." So then there's a note, y'all, that she wrote to herself, I guess, on November 22nd at 2:07 p.m. "For the record, bitch, we don't do threesomes at all. Ho, I just invited you because you seem desperate enough and he already fucked you. So that's why I said that. I'ma leave it here, blank. If you don't want the real shit at the doorstep, gone, bitch." This is so ghetto. I got connections that he let me know of. So if I hear anything from Facebook or anywhere involved in it's a problem, bitch. since you came looking, didn't know he told you. I hope he told you what I was in for. Wait, what you mean? What you was in? Is she in jail?
No,
Okay.
in for like being like.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh wow. You know,
no, there's video too though, but I don't want to put her.
That was very black of me to assume the jail. I think I might send a friendship.
No, but there's video too though. I guess something happened with.
I'm sending the friend request. Is that okay? So I can get updates.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I get updates all the time. That's why I'm involved.
Guys, like I told my one friend, he's like, you like tea? I said, no, I don't like tea. Y'all be telling me y'all business, and so I just sit there and enjoy it.
Well, it's not like I'm searching for it. It came on my timeline, and I became involved, and I became a high level.
No, what you became is invested.
And I don't know why. It has nothing to do with my life, man.
But sometimes, you know, in the day and age that we live in, we need an escape. So this is your escape. Because life is still lifing and happening at, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, we just had a president that thought it was okay to invade another country and bomb them.
Hold on to that for a second. We're going into Diddy. We're going to Surviving Diddy early, y'all. Early. So here we go. I ain't changed, man. I've been lazy, man. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Diddy's sons are doing a documentary with Zeus.
I don't know why they doing that. Why?
Let's take a little gander at it. Just see what maybe the brothers have something that we don't know about.
Procession of his children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony yesterday? Do you apologize on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convince your father's innocent?
Your daddy got 4 years! Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women! That's wrong! He should get more!
Fight this to the end. Not afraid of the charge.
It's like the OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
$2026, Dom. The Diddy sons are doing a documentary. What you got? I'm sorry.
I think this is a terrible idea.
Oh, it's horrible.
And mainly because both of these cats have been named in different lawsuits. So I think this is why this is terrible. I think you need to be focusing on what's in front of you. It'd be one thing if you guys were able, like you beat those cases or something, and then you want to tell your side. But I think at this point, you need to focus on what lies ahead for you.
Right,
because I mean, and you know, these are civil cases; they're not criminal. But I would ultimately say that this is not bright with the cases that.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the game never leaves G Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
You have that are pending at the moment.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that this can be any different?
Something that's playing in the background. I don't know what that is.
Sorry. Yep. Do you think that there is any way that this could be beneficial?
No.
There's
not what we know. So we have to think about biases, right? And they have a bias because they have a loyalty to their father.
Yep.
And I would think, honestly, I know you guys want to exonerate your dad, but sometimes you just kind of got to let the chips and the cards fall where they may, even though that it sucks to be silent in regards to the situation. But I don't think that it's really wise to say anything. And also, you guys do have siblings. Like, you guys have 4 sisters that you also have to worry about. And, it's kind of, they're going to always love their dad. I've seen this just kind of recently play out in a way on Kimura's Back in the Fab Lane, where the youngest.
Have you watched that?
Yeah, it was cute. It was fun. But Aoki has been gone and like left and went to Bali. She was supposed to go for like a couple weeks, and then ended up not coming back for like 6 months.
So she was a pops.
So what happens is, and when she finally comes back, it was like the 2nd episode, because she was probably contractually obligated to do the show. So she comes back for filming. And, her mom, Kimura, turns to her and say, "Were you with?" And then she caught herself and didn't say the name, but we all are aware that's your dad. Like, so you have a bias, you have a loyalty based on the relationship that you have, not necessarily how he's treating people around you. So I think that's why this is a bad idea. But also, considering that you guys don't have the best rapport, if I were your attorney or I were your publicist, I would advise you against this. And the backlash that you receive, I'm not cleaning it up. I'm like, you have to deal with that. That's not, you're gonna have to double my pay for me to go in to help you with crisis PR and damage control, because I don't think that is wise. Like, the facts are the facts. You lucky your daddy didn't get hit with a RICO. You lucky that it was just the transporting of the prostitutes. He didn't get hit with the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the Russell Simmons thing that's a super weird thing in general. But I would say it was with Diddy kids though. Yo, your daddy didn't teach you shit. Now I'm sorry, if that comes off wrong or anything like that. Yo, y'all niggas, and shout out to Sleepy from Just Posted. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Just Posted. He said that Diddy don't come out doing nothing different but being Diddy.
I will send you a clip, and I know I have to cut it. We're gonna have to cut it out of this episode, which will be the very first episode of one of my new projects. I'll send it to you via retransfer, because I know longer clips from Android, it'll get choppy. But I want you to hear what this escort said to us. So,
because
we talked about it.
Yeah,
it will be public facing. You're going to go on a redemption tour. People are going to buy into it because there's certain things that, as a community, we don't hold people to a certain standard and accountable for, because people are so used to abuse, misogyny. In our case, it would be in this misogyny war. So there are things that we're just supposed to accept simply because this person is a man and a man with money. I'm with Sleepy. Nothing is going to change, especially knowing what I know.
Yeah, and it's the idea that his sons are out here doing a documentary. You ain't see OJ kids do that? And he allegedly off somebody. Like, That's like the OJ kids being like, we got to step up for our daddy. That means you got to give OJ credit for that, though. He's like, y'all motherfuckers fall back. These dudes literally and on Zeus. This ain't on Dateline. This ain't on 60 Minutes.
Because
Zeus,
Gail,
fuck boy Lim.
Gail and Diane Sawyer are going to ask the heavy hitting questions. So, were you around when he was doing this to your mother? So we have open cases against you because Lil Rod said that you shot someone in the bathroom. Can you elaborate on that situation? Where is that person? So what if that didn't happen? What happened that night? And you know, journalists, that we're going to give you the questions, and they're going to ask for the questions in advance to be prepped, to be trained. We know that they're going to go off the record and ask something else that's going to throw them for a loop that is going to get them caught up. That is why they own Zeus, and you not talking to Gail or Diane Sawyer.
But it's on Zeus. This is not on a reputable journalistic station. It's Zeus. They do baddies. They do what is the cabaret, whatever it is. What is it? The Jocelyn's Cabaret. They doing all these reality show bullshit. So that's why I know it's some clout chasing shit. Because no other network that is reputable would take that shit. Yep. None. For a Diddy kid documentary to tell their story? No, sir. Yeah. No, ma'am. We're not doing that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it doesn't.
And why y'all ain't falling back? That's my thing. If I'm a daddy, I'm like, yo, hey man, niggas, y'all fall back. Let me take this though. It's on me though. And y'all got the whole thing of y'all calling him. Diddy's in it. Y'all calling him.
But this goes back to the narcissistic behavior and the egomaniac that they have been conditioned to be. This is learned behavior. I can't necessarily say it is hereditary, but at the moment
it's hereditary because how is there no lawyer, no manager, no PR person like, hey man, I know that Zeus claimed they're gonna give you X amount of dollars. It's not worth this or whatever for your father. This is what we go back. Sit your ass down.
But this is where we go back to where when we talk about how Black people exploit Black people.
Yep.
And then we could take it as far back to the crack era, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Because the guy that is the head of Zeus, which is a whole nother story about how he got even locked the other people out of Zeus, because he didn't even come with that, like the name, the concept. This was somebody else's that he saw, and they've been
about that. Go back in the archives. We talk about that with Zeus
archives. Yes, they're in the archives, and y'all can go back and find the episode. But when we talk about exploitation, because honestly, as a like person to person, you know, brother to sister, I would be like, hey, like I know you really want to say something. I know you really want to do something. Just like I said, from that PR standpoint, you got to let it go. You got to write it in the journal, put it in a burn book, burn whatever you got to do. You cannot do this. This is detrimental to everything that's happening right now. This could kind of make it worse because this isn't, there are other pending cases against y'all daddy. Let's just fall back and let it be. Go to your therapist. This is the difference. People don't want to pay the lady and lay on the couch. They don't. And that's the thing that when we talk about how people try to dispel the idea of and the concept surrounding therapy, because a lot of you niggas need therapy and need years of extensive therapy and might need a psychotherapist. Those are two different things.
Yep.
Y'all would rather go and exploit the situation at hand to try to make a quick dollar.
It's got to be a quick dollar because
I said quick dollar.
It's got to be because it's got to be because
I said a quick one.
Yeah, because I'm assuming, and this may be just my assumption in general, that some of his money's tied up because of all the cases, and they're probably making him put some money in escrow of like, yo, y'all can't touch this. Yo, I only got a couple of mil or whatever because all this other stuff, they're tying up my money because of these lawsuits and saying that I have to hold it in somewhere just in case that it results in a loss or damages, then it has to be paid out immediately. And I'm just wondering that. And maybe they do need the bread.
And then I could see some of his money, like when we talked about the concept, the idea of his money and how a lot of that stuff within his mother's name. So he don't even really have that cash on hand. It could be in his mother's name. I know I could imagine that these kids have, you get, what is it? Not an estate. Like I know
trust fund.
Yeah, a trust fund.
But that's probably to a certain age, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I would assume.
I know Diddy ain't shit though. Diddy ain't giving you no trust fund early. That nigga gonna just y'all say you 65. Diddy gonna do it like Social Security. He gonna
no. I could see this potentially happening depending on because I mean this has been going on for 2 years.
Yep. It's hard to change the trust though, like that fast.
That's what I was gonna say. I could see you could potentially borrow against that trust.
Yeah, you can't just change the trust.
No. You would have to borrow against it, and then there's a penalty. When you do that, he probably really ain't trying to touch anything that's offshore or in a Swiss account. So your money is tied up in other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, out the gate, even with the situation with Kalina, I think Diddy had that money, but he just didn't want to give it to her because he's just still a selfish asshole. I'm not going to sit up here and believe that his money is like that funny. You could have gave her some money.
Oh, so you saying he's acting like his money's funny towards his sons? You saying? I
don't think his money is funny towards his son. I think that this has nothing to do with Diddy. This is just for them to make some. Oh, well, they say they're gonna give us $100K. We split it. We both get 50. So cool. I can see that. Like I said,
but that's some low level hanging fruit shit.
And so, and especially considering that there were no cameras. And I wonder if a part of that deal with the whole thing, because by now you would think since he's been sentenced, there hasn't been any network that has interviewed Puffy, because typically that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
Like after a certain amount of time passed, like where there's still the sensationalism surrounding this case, the networks would have been in a bidding war for interview. So this is the only way that Diddy can get his side of the story out is to use his kids.
That's some fuck nigga shit. All right, we got let now know ahead of time though. We got a double dip of Aiden Ross. We're gonna do a little primer here with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross and Drake are being sued. Aiden Ross, Drake, and Stake.com or Stake USA. Stake is out of Australia. They're being sued by it's one in Missouri too though. It's one in Missouri and one in Virginia. So I'm gonna play.
And to be clear, guys, is the people that are listening, it is a like betting website, not like pork steaks and filet mignon, nothing like that. It is not
Stake, Stake. So here we go. The Mizza, shout out to the Mizza. He's gonna break it down for us.
Breaking news, Drake is now facing a federal RICO class action lawsuit in New York that could shake the foundation of how streaming numbers are trusted in modern music. Filed on New Year's Eve, the lawsuit alleges that Drake worked with crypto gambling company Stake and streamer Aiden Ross in a coordinated scheme to artificially inflate streams across major platforms like Spotify. According to the complaint, Stake's tipping feature was allegedly used as a financial pipeline, moving large sums of money disguised as giveaways, then routing those funds into automatic automated streaming activity, commonly known as botting. Plaintiffs claim the goal was to fabricate demand, manipulate charts, and game recommendation from the algorithms, while suppressing organic artists and misleading listeners. One example cited a $100,000 tip in 2023, described as a transfer between Drake and Ross. The filing also points to the Drizmas giveaway in December 2024, and even a $220,000 vehicle allegedly gifted to Ross as part of the same pattern. Now, it's important to note no court has ruled on these allegations, and none of the defendants have been found liable. Drake has not commented publicly, but if this case moves forward, it could redefine how money, influence, and metrics collide in the streaming era. Story developing.
All right, so there is some more. Go ahead.
Funny enough, when we were just talking about Puffy, a report just came out a couple hours ago via TMZ stating that his employees have not been getting paid while he's been in prison.
Did he?
Yes. So
of course not.
Yes, Diddy employees. So there's probably another, because like if you still expect it to work, which I'm just so confused, like would this be at the label or like what would you be working on? I say all that to say there's potentially another lawsuit coming.
So this is the funny thing. So with this lawsuit, it's also Virginia involved with this, Missouri and New York. The Missouri case is all of them are class action. So this is something I've been researching, I'm reading up on this because because it's weird. But you have to be certified for a class action suit. So a judge already has to look ahead and be like, oh, that's cool for a class action suit. So there has to be something that they believe for you to do. You just can't just say like, yo, we're gonna do a class action suit. You have to do parameters for that as an attorney to be able to do a class action suit. So the Missouri case went federal class action suit. It moved out of the state of Missouri into Midwest federal case on that one.
Damn.
Yeah, so it moved out of Missouri to like, I guess it probably be the Northern Federal, whatever it may be, or maybe it's I think it's probably Northern Federal or Mid-East or Midwest Federal, whatever it is. But they moved it from state to federal on the Missouri one. The Virginia one is state and the New York one is state, but the Missouri went to federal.
Okay.
Shit. So my thing is, and it's crazy that you was trying to sue Kendrick for botting, and you doing it.
But that's we always talk about the concept of projection. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can do this, but you can't either, or I'm, this is for me, like this is reserved for me only. And this is what he's like, this is what happened when you think you were God. The sixth God to be exact. And so the chickens always come home to roost. And a lot of
you need to call them a God though. In general, I don't trust it. This is me though. Except Fred the Godson, that's different though. He said he's the Godson.
Well, I think that's the God in me. So
no, that's different. The God in me. He said, "I'm the sixth God."
Yes. I say all that to say, I think that the interesting thing about all of this is
even Jay-Z with the Jehovah. I'm just saying as well. I'll put that out there as well.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of. I was going to say something, but it's just
it's ironic.
But it's
digging deeper into it though,
and like the rules don't apply to them.
So digging deeper into it, so I guess they would be on lives and they would be gambling or whatever. And there's a whole concept I'm talking on the legal gambling side. So literally, if me and you let's say we was live stream right now, we're recording this now, and I'm losing money on whatever gaming shit through stake. You would come back and tip me for the losses for me. So I'm not losing bread though, and it's coming through stake. So basically you're re-edifying me though, but then
similarly to kind of how the whole Kauai with the trees and the offset.
Yes, exactly. With Kawhi Leonard. So I'm refunneling it back to you. But it's this is even worse than Kawhi because I'm claiming losses in front of people.
Right.
Kawhi was just trying to get a check. That's two different things. He just like, I'm just showing up for a check. Y'all claim y'all was gonna pay me this.
That weird.
You are literally, you're seeing my losses and then re-tipping me for my losses.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
You're seeing that, oh dang, y'all lost 10 grand. And you're tipping me within the live chat 10 grand over time.
Yeah. But also, why are y'all giving these people y'all money? Like they have more than enough.
But it's not that so steak is big in Europe too, though. Steak is super big in Europe. Steak is big in Europe.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, but also is it me or like these gambling sites have become more and more apparent. And it's also like you remember how at some point what's going to happen with gambling and the concept of gambling is going to be the same thing that they did with tobacco, where they can't advertise it because it is so overt in your face. It is everywhere, and it's frustrating because everything you swipe, no matter where you are, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, you're seeing these ads. It's on TV. You have people that are investing in it. You know, athletes getting you to.
Dom, you wanted something though with that?
Yeah, I won't be shocked in the next few years if that's what happens when it comes to gambling, especially considering.
So basically, all these commercials of the Marlboro Man.
Yeah,
the Marlboro Man on those ads.
Because think about the concept of gambling. You already have a hotline if you have a gambling problem to call this 1-800 number, which Nelly, apparently you need to call.
Hold on. What you doing now? You talking about Nels?
Nelly, the rapper.
Yeah, but why do you say he?
That's always been a rumor. Allegedly.
I know that, but we can't be this St. Louis business. We can't.
I said allegedly.
Okay, fair enough.
I said allegedly.
Business.
You have a gambling problem. But I say all that to say, so we know that it is addictive like nicotine. People have lost their houses, lives over gambling, similar to nicotine.
Yeah.
So I could see this being a thing because it feels like you remember we're old enough to remember the 90s in the ads.
Oh, the Camel ads, the Marlboro
ads, all of that.
Cool stuff. Ads, the Salem ads, the Vincent Hedges ads. They were everywhere.
Yes, Capri. Yeah, yes.
Capri. Virginia Slims.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Like you had the ones that were for men.
You can advertise liquor on actual poster. Used to be see Crown Royal on a billboard.
Yeah, I think right now I've only seen like here and there commercials because I had a homegirl that was like in a Hennessy commercial.
Mm-hmm. Even the commercials. I'm talking about like billboards. You can't have billboards out.
But because I'm telling you, like it's gonna happen. Let's revisit this.
Now I got a question for you, Dom. Do you think that the gambling thing has picked up for advertising or like dollar amounts because a report just came out that liquor consumption is down?
Absolutely. They said that liquor consumption is down like, what is it, like 800 something percent?
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that Gen Zers are not drinking and all that stuff.
Right. They gamble at their crib, so they ain't going out to go have a drink at the bar, but they own steak. They own.
Let me tell you something.
All those other gambling sites.
I don't gamble, but my black ass, if I go to Vegas again, I know I don't like Vegas because I'm not paying $45. $45, I'm willing to go play the penny slot machine so I can drink for free.
That's not that. I'm a little bit. I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna hit these tables though. That's just.
That's a pregame, right?
Yeah.
And then you go out and you kick it. You get to, I'm a girl, get to somebody take. But I'm not. I think it's certain things like, and I don't drink as much as I used to. Like I for the first time a couple weeks ago when me and my guy went out, and we drank, because our bodies don't recover the same.
100%.
And it wasn't like I had a hangover. I just was like, man, like, why am I so tired? And you know, and I drink dark liquor. I have been more so recently drinking tequila, but I'm a dark liquor type of girl. I like my liquor like me. And it, like, liquor is expensive. Just in itself, like, you know, even if you're not getting something that's branded, you know, like by celebrity, because like Beyonce's liquor is $80. Like a premium bottle, Uncle Nearest start at like $50.
It does. $49.
You know, even like Espolòn is now, depending on where you go, you used to be able to get a bottle of Espolòn tequila for like $20 at Trader Joe's. That shit, like, for the same size is like $30 some dollars now. So you picking and choosing, you like, okay, holiday season is, you know, for real, you know, holidays coming up because they'll lower the prices and something be on stuff. That's when you know, stock up on your bar cart. Like,
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you're right.
Shit, like, but then also it's understanding, like, it's just like you said, people don't go out like they used to. I think we are still suffering from the effects of COVID. They just posted another list of restaurants that just closed out here in LA, and then I just saw a post that it's all these restaurants closing in St. Louis.
Yeah, over in the west side by your crib. You grew up like over off Delmar. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we know that this is a
Doechii, This Sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doechii sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
national thing that's happening. But also it's like, I get it that like these restaurants are trying to cut corners and costs, but it's also like, I'm paying for an experience. So you got to match the dollar amount. And I think people would not trip off of it as much if it matched the dollar amount. Because like even now, people, I had people over for New Year's. People like, what are you going to do for your birthday? And I'm like, do I have people go to a bar? Or do I just have people over again where we just kind of kick it and everybody bring a bottle? And, maybe I order pizza or something, or, I cooked macaroni and greens and all this other stuff. I'm like, do I just do something like that where we are all in one spot and we, got a playlist going? Because I have a photo booth and everything. Check out my pictures, guys, on my Instagram.
Where can they peep them out at?
Huh?
Where can they peep the pictures out at?
Oh, yeah, on my Instagram page, St. Angela's. But I think it's one of those things. It's like, everything is high as fuck. So everybody people are spending a different way. Like, I just don't.
Since we're talking about spending, Donald Trump has invaded Venezuela. I want to say, no, he ain't invaded. He kidnapped it.
Yeah,
Venezuelan president. And it is got people in different moods in different ways. Some people are thinking it's the oil. Some people are saying that it's a bigger play. But I do want to play this from a Venezuelan young lady that's kind of giving an interesting perspective on it and breaking down on both sides.
Have woken up to the news that former president and dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has been captured by the United States under the ruling of Donald J. Trump. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on this, but I do think it's important to have intellectual conversation, so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open the floor to you guys, even though I think it's a little bit premature because we don't have all the pieces of information. I feel very torn about this because on one hand, we have a lot of Latinos and Hispanics rejoicing for the Venezuelan people who deserve liberation from this dictatorship that I think has been going on since 2013 when Maduro took over after Chavez died. That being said, I am worried about the repercussions and the precedent that this is setting. This is a United States that during the presidency of Donald J. Trump has been very United States forward, very nationalistic. And yet here we are being imperialistic. We're helping another country by liberating them. We are now their liberators and their saviors. We know that that's not an altruistic act. We're doing that because we want their oil reserves. We did the same thing 30 years ago with Panama when we liberated them of Noriega, but we wanted the Panama Canal. We've seen history repeating itself over and over again. And how do I feel about the United States doing what they do, where we help destabilize a country and then we go in and act as their savior by setting up a puppet democracy that we can then control and benefit from? It happens over and over again. This is what we do as a country. I don't like the precedent that is set by having a powerful country just be able to remove and pluck leaders from other nations just because we feel like it. For a country that right now has been so vehemently following the law, people need to follow the law, immigrants need to be deported, law, we're breaking international law. The irony, the hypocrisy, insane. So we only follow the law when it benefits us. Something doesn't sit right with me, you know? Another thing is the possibility of setting the tone for civil war. Venezuelan civilians deserve peace. The possibility of having guerrillas and civil war break out, and then having Venezuelans have to flee the danger, because naturally as humans that's what we're going to want to do. But then people in the United States are like, no, Venezuelan immigrants are using up our resources. They don't deserve it. This is bad. Come in the right way. This is a cycle, a very sickening cycle, because the very president that's causing this instability and helping cause for years is the same president that's going to tell you that these immigrants are bad. Do you see where I'm coming from? At the end of the day, I'm just tired. I'm tired that I can't go to sleep and wake up without another crazy surprise. We'll see what happens to the people of Venezuela. I feel very torn about what's going on for them. I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm very, very concerned.
All right, Dom. What do you think about this Venezuela Trump invasion?
So I think
kidnap.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about all of this is like how we were how we were deporting people and sending people to Venezuela that they allegedly lost track of. So this sounds like there was some deal that went wrong, because how y'all was just sending people there just at random that's not even from there. Mm-hmm. And then what's interesting is like there was an arraignment today in court, and like the president of Venezuela was like shocked at like, okay, pretty much like it was like they didn't, when they we're gonna say arrested allegedly, like we know what it was. But y'all niggas didn't read them their Miranda rights, because they didn't know like that you have the right to remain silent. You know, you have the right to attorney. You have all these rights. And he was like shocked by this today in court. So what are y'all doing? So this is what, like you're saying, you're breaking international law. You're not following the protocol. And here you are. We know what this is about. Like y'all it just doesn't. Americans need to wake up and smell the coffee. You know, I think it's just really ironic and strange that we are doing it. Feels like we're back in like the 1700s. Like this is like the American Revolution, like, you know, where we are trying to break free from this reign of terror from the Britons, but it's like it's like
from oppressors from taxes.
And so all these things that we fought hard for that ultimately become like implemented again because niggas is greedy, and now it's about to be us against the world. That doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound.
I don't know if it's gonna be the world. I think it's more of a thing of the Monroe Doctrine, like, which is basically like everything on this side that we want to fuck what we doing. So I think they're reestablishing that.
And when I say us against the world, I had a friend that was in Greece over the holiday that spent 2 days trying to get back home because their flight would not come directly into. It went to like Colombia, then went somewhere else. They finally made it back stateside today because
their normal regular flight went to all these different places.
Yeah, went to all these different places just so they could get home. People are the people are freaking out. People are nervous about what this motherfucker is gonna do. And quite frankly, us as Americans, I think what happens is, like, when I think about even that reference of, okay, the American Revolution, we think about the Boston Tea Party and all of these things. People, if you don't know what that is and what happened, what's the premise.
And shout out to Ken Burns' documentary on PBS if you know people on the American Revolution. It's very, very good. This came out a week or two ago.
Oh yeah, link me to that.
Yeah.
When we think about how we had this huge uprising to be free from, British rule, and everything that we went through now to be this democracy, to come into this place that is this authoritarian government, it's kind of not shocking to me, because we never push back. We never push back. We just kind of allow things to just be like, oh well, this is just going to be another couple years. We just have to put our heads down. But no, it's not like that. Like, these motherfuckers are crazy. Like, you know what's a perfect explanation for y'all niggas need to watch Begonia. As crazy as this sounds, did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Am I lying?
No, you're not. You're not. That's why I laughed and I was like, oh shit.
Because we think it's one thing, but everything isn't how it appears to be. And what we are seeing is rights completely, like, which, to be honest, like I said, the Democrats ain't no fucking better, because a lot of that shit I was surprised that was undone under the first term of Donald Trump did not come back. It's like, how you overturn Roe v. Wade and then you niggas is not like, okay, we pushing this back, we pushing back on this.
Oh no, they want to fall in the cracks.
What I'm saying is, it's the way that people a lot, like, just like how what Mandami is doing right now in New York.
Yeah.
All that bullshit that Eric Adams did, he was like, yeah, jumping out the window with this, we're throwing this out. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. That's bullshit. Reversing shit. That's what they and then they could have ran on that alone. Like, women's rights are, we think it's women need to control their body. The government, we should not be controlling that. Like, something that simple would have probably changed the trajectory of some stuff. Just like the whole bite the fucking bullet and wipe out student loans. They need to do it. But they need to do it. Y'all, it was so many things that y'all are promising and y'all been promising and dragging y'all feet on. And y'all want us to feel, but here we are. And like I said, the whole thing with, like, though Kamala was more than qualified and should have won, I also said this. I said the Democratic Party sabotaged her because they should have never allowed motherfucking Biden to even run. And if he was going to run, he should have finished out what he was doing, because he likely would have won. And then, you know what? I'm sick. Let me step down. And then it's so, dude.
And nobody would disrespect you or had something against you if you did that. That's why Biden fucked it up.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you jumping out the window. Okay, now Kamala is the vice president. Is the president. Cool. It like that you have to have the strategy, and y'all blew it.
Yeah, they messed it up.
And so now here we are with this shit. And we know something bigger is coming. We know it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, you sent this is how off the presses. You sent this to me.
What I seen?
You sent the great Donnie McClurkin and got jammed up for some stuff we don't even know. But like, what's going on?
It looks like gospel singer Donnie McClurkin is under a bit of fire, and he is facing a lawsuit after allegedly he had a long sexual abuse relationship with a man by the name of Giuseppe. Now, apparently this happened back in 2000, and Donnie McClurkin had a novel where he talked about his life, autobiography, and in there he talked about, being molested as a child. and he started these pray the gay away sessions, allegedly, with this man who was looking up to him as a mentor after he read the book. Well, this man is claiming that Donnie McClurkin groomed him from the age of 21 on, and that at the time, I guess he was in his 40s, 43 years old, and that he has an email as proof that calls himself, I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man. I feel so foul, so stupid. Now, he is claiming that this is in regards to an incident that happened with him and Donnie McClurkin in a hotel room. First of all, let's just get back to, I didn't know you could pray the gay away.
Yeah.
I think people try that.
I can't imagine that happening. Yeah, but I mean, the man is coming out many years later. I know a lot of people say that. Why did they wait? Why did he wait till now? But he said he's ready for his story to be told.
Well, I will say I grew up in church, and people do use God to put fear in you. I was one that was raised that way, where you're scared to just leave a church sometime because you think God gonna get you.
And that's why people look at the church crazy at times too, because you know what I mean. Obviously, he was using his church, you know what I mean, position to manipulate the situation.
But if the session is pray the gay away,
all right.
We're gonna call this era of Me Too : Black. Or
the Black Me Too era. The Black Me Too era.
Because this is this last couple of years have been interesting as far as Black Hollywood goes. We are seeing more and more stories come out, which I knew ours will be a little delayed because we're not quick again to acknowledge sexual abuse, assault, all these different avenues. So to hear this about Donnie McClurkin, as sad as it is not shocking, because he has been very open publicly in regards to him previously being gay and praying his homosexuality away. And so I think I was just more shocked that it was a guy named Giuseppe Corletto. And so, and the people are right. I think there's a lot of church hurt that's happens, and that which they were speaking about, people being afraid to come forward and say things about the clergy. This is this is unfortunately a tale as old as time. In regards to the church, we saw it be a big scandal in the Catholic Church. We're slowly starting to hear things about the Baptist Church, the Black churches. You had Bishop Eddie Long, some other churches, and now you have this.
Eddie Long thing was like, man, if Eddie Long was now.
Yeah, and then you have the stuff surrounding Creflo Dollar, and then the one pastor that they just arrested that was in New York for money laundering and all of this.
Yeah, the
stuff.
one that he set up his own robbery.
Yes. So, and now I'm currently watching this documentary about Mary Cosby from Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh no, I saw that online. Was it on Hulu or
it's on Max?
Max. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just I want to read a little bit into the lawsuit. It says, according to the lawsuit, Corletto was 21 years old when he attended a church event on Long Island in 2003, and later met Donnie McClurkin privately. What initially appeared to be a mentorship, Corletto now alleges, was the beginning of grooming that escalated into sexual abuse during the so-called Pray the Gay Away sessions and work-related travel. At first, I thought it was something very innocent and what I thought was mentoring, he said, and later added, I thought I was to blame. I was brainwashed to think that my deliverance was wrapped up in him. The lawsuit also claims that the lawsuit also claims that the abuse continued for years while Corletto worked as his McClurkin's assistant and depended upon him as both a spiritual leader and an employer. After an alleged assault in a Niagara Falls hotel in 2013, McClurkin allegedly sent an email apologizing for his behavior, again writing to what the young lady stated, I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man, and adding, I feel so foul and stupid. McClurkin has, of course, denied the allegations and claims that they are categorically false, and that at no time did he engage in any form of sexual abuse, assault, or sexual coercion with Mr. Corletto.
Whew.
Talk about we fall down.
No, but at the same time, I'm going to give Donnie McClurkin 5% bait here. 5%. Just 5%.
Okay.
Because we already know that he had proclivities towards men at a point of his life. Is this somebody that used to mess with him that is now on some like, you didn't let me go on tour with you? I mean, I'm not, you know what? Let me stop. I'm not going to victim blame. Let me stop. I'm going to take that back.
I'm going to say this.
Because in general, we can talk about this in a second with the Tyler Perry thing in a second, but go ahead.
I'm going to say this, and I remember, I believe it was an episode of Oprah years ago, and this is when she still had her show on network.
On NBC.
On NBC. And I remember him saying something about being released from the demon of homosexuality and all those things, and understanding at a young age as a kid what gay, straight, all this stuff was. There was something in his eyes that was sad. And I always felt bad for him because he could not be free. He could not be himself. And so this goes back to this idea of church hurt. And when we talk about sexuality and all this stuff being suppressed simply because of the word that man has instilled and inflicted upon us, because everybody interprets and we think about things differently. And a lot of people have never taken the time to read the Bible to make their own interpretations. They allow other people to do that for them. And that's the honest to God truth. And it's funny because I was having a conversation about the church and how sex is just still so taboo when it comes to Black people in the church. We don't talk about it. You know, there's a lot of people that are not fulfilled sexually because they're ashamed because of what it's tied to when we talk about sex and sexuality. There are a lot of people that are living in shame because of that. And I was telling him, you know, my journey through church and how I'm just kind of more spiritual, and I have my own devotions and have my own conversations with God, because church has been just a really interesting experience for me as a whole, from St. Louis to out here where they got VIP sections at church. So I feel bad that he cannot be his true authentic self.
Yeah, he's never been married either.
He's never been married. And we know what
he's got a kid in 2000. He's got a kid that's like 25 now, 25, 26.
Yeah, and you probably did that because you felt like it was something that you had to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which sucks, man. If he can,
it sucks. It absolutely
I'm not
sucks.
saying these allegations are true or not. I'm just saying in general, the whole idea of it in general is not cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since we're talking about that, let's go on to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, he's on lawsuit 2 or 3 now.
Yes, I believe this is lawsuit number 2, where it is another person from one of his shows, Medea. Let me pull this up because
podcast. We definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss, like, you know, you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health,
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of 2 psychologists, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then, like, you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So yeah, so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. from us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
It was Boo Medea, I think. Boo Halloween Medea, the brother was in. I believe.
Yes. And so we like, and it's not, and that chuckle is not me laughing at the situation. It is me just like shocking. And so this is about a young guy named Mario Rodriguez. And so he also provided screenshots of an alleged text conversation. And text obtained by TMZ, Rodriguez reportedly opens up about not feeling well and points the blame at ongoing dental issues. He allegedly tells Perry he knows he promised not to ask him for anything, but says that he doesn't have health insurance and fears a serious infection, even referencing his father's death as a part of that fear. Heavy stuff, but oddly timed. Interesting enough, the messages reportedly continue with Rodriguez saying he's afraid and just wants to make sure his health issues are not serious.
I'm not a lawyer, but after seeing all these headlines,
and then so that's the other clip in regards to Will Smith that we'll ultimately talk about.
Yeah. I was just pulling.
And so, but he is saying that what he is suing for is and what people want to know is if this is a very serious matter or is Tyler being paid lined up for a payday. And that's the big question that is swirling after those messages, and where it was the guy pretty much asking him for money, but he also accuses Tyler Perry of sexual battery assault. So yeah.
I mean, do you think this is not getting a lot of press though, because people think that Tyler Perry is gay already, and that people are involved in his orbit just because they're around him and like, okay, you know, he's gay, right? You know, he'd be on that. Do you think that's why this is not getting?
It absolutely could be. I think there was more press surrounding that first case, and then when there was a conversation surrounding Christian Keys and what he's talking about, especially now that Christian Keys is kind of talking about all the Queen's men.
I got messed up, yeah.
And how there was supposed to be a spinoff that he was producing, and it's now canceled. So
the regular All Queen's Men is still going.
So there was supposed to be some spinoffs of that show, the one that Eva is on.
Yep, but so the regular show's still going.
Yes, at the moment, but I don't know if it's just like the final season or how they're doing that. I don't watch that show, so I
just haven't.
I was trying to support my blacks, but I'd be sleepy. I like, I support our Aquarius as love a good thing. And so ultimately, I just think that I don't know, like y'all. Like I told you, I know that, like, and I am not a person that's just like, oh my God, like I love money so much, but y'all don't love it enough. Because us 9-to-5ers be like, you tripping. Like my shit would be so tight. I'm like, y'all don't like traveling and doing all this other stuff, buying Big Mama house or something.
Yeah,
y'all want to give some money away doing frivolous shit. Come pay I got some debt that need to be paid. I've been laid off, I was laid off for like 6-7 months. Like,
look, you still trying to build back.
Hello. I gotta go back to school.
So supposedly, I'm looking here. That says allegedly text from Tyler Perry accusers sought money before the battery lawsuit.
Yes.
It says here, in text obtained by TMZ, Rodriguez reportedly opens up about not feeling well and points the blame at ongoing dental issues. He allegedly tells Perry he knows he promised not to ask him for anything, but he said he doesn't have health insurance and fears a serious infection, even referencing his father's death as part of the fear.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but also it's kind of one of those things where I could see this.
Yeah,
him asking him.
Yeah, being like use my dude or my little man for a minute. Can you hook me up on my dental bills? I mean, I'm just looking at it.
But then also like the way you I can't say that on the air. Never mind. Because I'm just thinking of the sense of like, okay, you did this to me. I didn't say nothing. And like you said, it's not victim blaming. And so you did this to me. Can you do this for me? And I ain't gonna ever say shit. But then on the flip side, if he knew it was dental work, I mean, what could probably help him is like receipts, or like if you started a GoFundMe or something, maybe that could back up. Like I really did, like I was genuinely coming to him, and so this clearly looks like he was whatever this text was. There was no, and I don't know if this was AI generated or whatever, because there's no response there. But I don't know, but also I think it could be what you said. It's just like people are very well aware of what the situation is, and just like, oh, okay. Or if you're not gonna say nothing, like he might
or he just dipping in general, and like, oh, I'm gonna try to expose you. But if you I mean,
or it could just be,
or he could be on some bullshit,
or it could just be something like, okay,
Tyler Perry could be on some bullshit.
Well, no, because. What he's probably thinking is that they probably going to tell his people are probably going to tell him to settle.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not get the full amount, like you might not get this big amount, but it'll just be like, okay, well, you need a dental work. What is that, like 10, 15 grand?
I thought you 75 and you
right.
Yeah.
So
all right, before we get into our last two topics.
Okay.
What do the Jamal Bryant wife thing? We did not put this on the docket, but I've thought about it, and I want to play his response. Jamal Bryant's wife wore a flesh tone. Am I right,
yeah.
Dom? Like I don't want to speak out of term. Is I'm not a woman, so I'm just gonna lean on you.
Good point. I was impressed.
Yeah. Okay. Because look, I literally did my research. I'm like, oh shit, because I forgot that I put on there flesh tone outfit to United Negro College Fund event, and it started an uproar with everyone. And it's Jamal Bryant's response.
Head on, because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on.
Hold on, I just like the way that he's like being matter of fact. Like, I want to address what's going on.
Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded, people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people, because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing.
Hey man, why he got to sell on them like that with that? That was
honestly, I think this is inappropriate that he addressing this in the pool.
Okay, you want me to keep playing? Or were you done with it?
I'm done with it.
All right, go ahead. Not your thoughts.
I think it's inappropriate because this didn't happen at church. So you know what I mean? I could see if it was like a church event or whatever, but
you said United Negro College Fund event.
Yeah, I was like,
you all pray the stars, y'all.
And here's the thing, and this is no shade. Like, I'm not trying to throw his ex-wife Giselle, but y'all used to like Giselle, who can't dress, who's on Housewives, right?
She can't dress like that. She can't dress.
No, she can't dress. So
that's the thing. Everybody know that, or I'm just fine.
Oh yeah, Giselle can't dress. But no, she country. Like
okay.
This is the thing. It comes up on the show.
Okay. No, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so ultimately, like I said, she didn't go to the church luncheon or church dinner. The pastor's anniversary in this dress. Now I will say, and not trying to be, we're used to the church, and that's what we go back to what I was saying earlier. Outdated views of the church, and also I think the other part of it is that this woman is she appears curvaceous, very curvy.
Oh, she a bad woman. Look,
she's fat. Yeah.
No. Look, Jamal Bryant, low key. Jamal Bryant be picking him up though. Like Giselle ain't ugly either. But I'm just saying.
Cause y'all focus on her dress. I'm looking at that wig. Like if we're gonna talk about
hold on. Only an Aquarius would figure out the randomest thing. I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't have thought about the wig. But the idea that you wouldn't like, y'all worried about that is something else that's even more bad. Like that's me with hands. That's me with hands.
And so ultimately, y'all don't allow people the free range to explore and have fun and all of this stuff. Like, but I get how on the flip side, some people are like, when you enter, the house of the Lord, like when you enter that sector, there's certain expectations. Like they expect like the first lady to be dressed kind of like Jacqueline Kennedy.
Demure.
Yeah, demure, very mindful. Like I said, like so she should have been in like a tweed suit or something like that versus this extravagant dress.
But also Jamal Bryant is an attention whore. He knew what he was doing though. He knew when they walked out the house, they knew we gonna get in some bullshit and it's gonna give us some. They knew. There's no way I think any woman in general would get eyes looking at them for that outfit. On top of that, being a first lady.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also that
Jamal can't be hot side on his congregation talking about you ain't never basically said you ain't never had no bad bitch, so you don't even know how this feels. So, that's what he was saying to people.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And so then that's what we go back to the concept of like who's your leader, who you want to be. If you don't like it, then okay, so maybe we need to explore considering going to another church, and that's just what it is. That is just what it is. And so that, like I said,
would you wear something like that, Dom, to an event?
Yeah, but also I'm not the first lady. Like you have to think about.
Okay, so let's think
about like Michelle Obama has never.
Say your guy decided I'm going. I'm saying I'm going into the church and everything, and then he is becoming the pastor in 5 years. Would you still wear that, or would you not wear that because he's a pastor now?
There are certain things that you have to compromise on, and I probably would not wear that. But also, it's not like I said. There are certain ways that you can, like she could have that silhouette. Like I could still.
Because I think about Erica Campbell though too though. Don, remember what people was getting Erica Campbell them problems with that white dress she had on because she's curvy, and they like, oh, why are you wearing that?
Here's the thing,
she's a curvy girl though. Wouldn't it be an issue if she wasn't that curvy though?
But the issue with it is that women, and the conversation surrounding women and the way that they dress, they're supposed to be dressing, skirts to their ankles or past their knees, and it is to deter men, and it all goes back to men. And it's like, okay, well, tell these niggas to control their motherfucking hormones, control their eyes, all of this stuff. Like my friend literally was just like saying how he had taken his cousin to church with him, and they was sitting in the back, like that's where the wife sits. And he was like, I can't come back to your church. It's too many bad bitches up in here. too many, attractive women.
At least he know himself though. He know himself.
So he's like, I can't care. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't control and just say that's a nice looking person and move on. You know what I mean? Like your eyes are not broken. You know you're gonna find people attractive, but it's like control your hormones. But that also goes back to women, especially like our parents' generation. If you ever get a chance to like sit with like an aunt or like a great aunt or your older cousins when it comes to church and how they talk about how deeply rooted they are in misogyny and patriarchy, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at what they say and how women and are supposed to respond and show up in the world and what we should and should not be doing because of men. It's like, okay, don't talk to me, talk to men.
And also, this is something I saw online of like, I don't want to project anything on my daughter that I think about that she should be living her life. And I told her the other day though, like, hey man, whatever me and your mama be talking about to you though, like you're still your life. Like you need to do what you got to do. Whatever we want you to be on, just your choice. I want you to be on what you want to be on.
Yeah.
All right, so we got quick Will Smith top topic real quick, and then we gonna get into me. I got a rant on going off on the white boy. So Will Smith is he in this lawsuit? Like I don't.
He's in the lawsuit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like it because the guy. Let me go to this lawsuit real quick, and I have a video rebuttal from I'm Not Your Lawyer. Shout out to her. That's on. She's on YouTube and on Instagram. You check her out. We're gonna play her in a second. So it was a brother on. So because it's so many different types of things that have been reported. So I'm going to read this one. It's from KTLA. An electric violinist who appeared on season 13 of America's Got Talent is suing actor, rapper, producer Will Smith for alleged harassment and wrongful termination, the Los Angeles Times reported. The musician alleges he was hired to perform on Smith's 2025 European and UK tour of his Based on a True Story album before he was retaliated against. In a lawsuit filed last week in Los Angeles Supreme Court, Brian King Joseph claims that after developing a professional relationship with Smith in 2024, he was invited to perform on several tracks on the rapper's latest album, which was released in March 2025. The violinist went on to share the stage with Smith and his band twice in San Diego and was invited to perform again with them at the House of Blues, Mandalay Bay, in Las Vegas. According to the lawsuit, Smith and Joseph ended up spending additional time together alone, where Smith allegedly shared with the violinist, "You and I have such a special connection that I don't have anyone else," along with statements suggesting an affinity for Joseph. When Joseph joined Smith and his band for the Vegas show, it was a superstar team that booked the hotels for everyone. In the complaint, Joseph claims he left his bag, which he contained his room key and a van that took the band to rehearsal, and then he requested his bag. It was somehow missing before eventually being located and returned to him. He then alleged in the suit that when he entered this hotel room that night, there was signs that someone had been in the room without his permission. So it goes on to some other stuff, though, saying basically that there was left in wipes, a beer bottle, and a red backpack, and a bottle of HIV medication with another individual's name and an earring and hospital discharge paperwork belonged to a person unbeknownst to the plaintiff. Now, that's what's saying there. This shit's weird because he put that in there, but then also the hotel security staff says that they have no video of anyone going in and out of that room.
So I wonder this.
And what Will said is not an unharmful thing of like.
So what he's alleging is that
being groomed.
Right. What he's alleging is that, and how Will Smith comes into play, is that he was saying that Will was telling him that he had like this special connection with him, that he never experienced this connection with like anybody else. Okay, cool.
That doesn't mean I'm trying to get at you.
I'm aware of that, but I get it. Like you're enamored, like you're probably flattered. Like this is I'm going on tour, all these different things, and he could be reading into it. It might not. It might have been something we don't know, because he didn't necessarily say that they had any sexual interaction. He's just saying what was
he said he was grooming him though.
Yes. So ultimately, which we saw, and this is me, devil's advocate, right? We saw what happened in the Diddy case, how he played the intercontinental $50,000 or however.
I thought about that too. That's why the video
this footage and get rid of it. So that could have been something that potentially happened. But me as a person, I ain't saying shit to nobody. I'm going to the front desk and saying, hey, this is what happened. I don't want to make a scene. I came back to my room. There were here's the evidence, photographic evidence. I don't know what this is or who this is. I don't feel comfortable in my room. Can you change my room? And that's it. Like I get everybody will stand on the same floor. And then if management asks, I was like, I didn't want to bring attention to it because I didn't want to make it a big deal. And
so, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, here's the thing. Look, I'll tell you. Because you pretty much said everything
that she's ready to say.
Yeah, she's going to get ready to say. And she just pretty much, because she goes through the 19-page lawsuit. And so she breaks it down. So she's saying that pretty much
we ain't got any
she's not saying that Will Smith assaulted me or anything. I'm saying the grooming, and I care about the emotional damage that this has taken on me and the financial loss because I lost my job because I simply asked ask management if they can move my room. So that's what she does say. She was like, it's kind of like, not that it's his, not that is not concrete, but that is pretty much what the lawsuit alleges. It's like he does mention the interactions that I just said to you about how he said I was the special person to him, but ultimately me coming to my room, and the guy's name is Mr. Stone, by the way. So I figured it. Okay, let's say this was so. This is like his alias. People don't register rooms and do things under their real names. But also, this is the interesting part to me. As a person, I especially when it's not my vehicle, I'm interested to know why he left his bag in that van. Just because in cases like that, sometimes what happens is you might not necessarily get the same driver or
different van. It could be all kinds
of van. It's a service and all this stuff. And so,
you usually get asked like, "Hey man, can I leave my van? Am I going to be in the same van?"
Yeah, and so you would ask, and then they would say, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be the same person to pick you up, so I would take everything with me. So, which to a certain extent would make sense when he said that his bag was missing. His bag was missing for several hours because they went to look for it and it wasn't in the van. So it could have been something as simple as it wasn't the original van, and it could have been just like I thought, like, okay, it was left in something else. But I would have just had my room switched and then said something later and pulled, measurements. I was like, hey, I wanted just to let y'all know, like, I had my room changed. Like, here's these pictures. It was something weird. I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable. And that's it. I don't know if there was a full conversation, but based on what he's saying, it was just like he shared this information and then next thing you know, he was fired.
Yeah, I'm interested to see all the rest of Discovery. Just because it's like, and then he went on Instagram and talked about. I'm like, nigga, you don't talk about this shit in public. Why are you?
But this is the thing, y'all be so when we just like we talked about with the Combs kids. Y'all
gotta put yourself in the limelight.
Yeah, y'all be so quick to go online and try to dispute comments. Stay out the fucking comments. You gotta bite the bullet sometimes and shut the fuck up and just let it be and let things play out.
I gotta defend myself though, Dom. I gotta defend myself.
Like you do that in court. You're not getting paid by Instagram to defend yourself. Let it be. Like you said, what's gonna come out in discovery? Ultimately, I can see potentially, especially now, this is either gonna get thrown out or they gonna settle.
Well, I think I might get thrown out because in theory, what if they start showing timesheets, you showing up late, you doing this.
It'll probably be something that's what I was gonna say. So in discovery, depending on what happens, because the only thing that's gonna save him that could potentially get him paid out is if that is Homeboy's alias.
So you going off of what was it Ron Mexico that Michael Vick had when the girl sued him for giving her STI?
Oh, I don't know about that. What the hell?
Yeah, Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Look, Google it. His name was Ron Mexico.
Oh shit!
That was his alias when he went to go get tested, and that's how they was able to trace it back to him.
Okay.
Put in Ron Mexico on Google. It ain't. It's Michael Vick. Last up, as we wrap up the show, we're gonna circle back to Aiden Ross, man. Aiden Ross has been getting into it with I'm just gonna say it. I'm just be honest. Well, any real nigga and real woman know in general, he's been getting into it with them though. And
it doesn't come up first. So let me
Ron Mexico, put Ron Mexico, Michael Vick in.
Well, it ended up coming to Ron Mexico Vick.
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm surprised you didn't know about this.
Look, 2005, I was living a different life. Okay, I was too busy in college.
But that was the sports world. We knew about that.
But you know what? I didn't really get into sports heavy until I moved to LA.
Okay.
Like sometimes there'll be nothing on TV, so that's how I started. I mean, I would watch basketball at home, but not heavy how I watch it now. Like moving to LA because you having control over the TV or nothing on. Oh, what's interesting that I can follow, and basketball was there. But I'm just looking at this. In 2005, a woman, she alleged that he gave her herpes. Shit.
This has been out here for
years. Yo, don't start because we know that rumor too. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
But no. Okay, so if this happened in 2005, I was in college and I was too busy dodging bullets at college parties in St. Louis and getting roofied.
So let's reset the thing. Aiden Ross has comments about Doechii because Doechii came out with a fire song discussing some of the things people have been saying. She's an industry plan, all these kind of different things, blah, blah, blah. So Aiden Ross comes out, and she didn't say his name, it's subliminals.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out and says this. Hold on.
I'm doubling down, bro. Doechii, you're a horrible musician. You fucking suck at music. That's why you fell off and you're coming at me, a streamer.
Doechii, he's hating. You won Grammys for a reason.
Man, it was a rigged ass Grammy. What the fuck? You can't name me 3 Doechii songs right now. Besides the one she sampled. 3.
Anxiety.
That's the one she sampled. So name 3. You can't do it.
I'm block throwing ass.
You know why? Exactly. That's what you're known for. You're known for throwing ass.
No, that's a lyric, gang.
That's all she's known for, allegedly, in my opinion. You're not a good musician. You suck. Drop an album now. It's selling 2K for his week, and that's probably the bots.
All right, I got another one. That was older and everything, but this is the one that kicked it off.
Doechii, I'm gonna go about Doechii tomorrow, but I ain't gonna let that dumb fat botted fucking bitch. Dude, that's fucking stupid smelly whore. She dropped from
Stop talking about the black queen.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Yo, let me tell you something right now.
I'm mad because she made it. No bots.
Look at her monthly listeners right now. That bitch went from 60 million to fucking 20 million.
She blew up.
For what?
For making music.
Cradling cock. Why is she even rapping about me?
Listen.
I'm doubling down, bro.
So All right. So then look, this is you. I know we talk about street cats all the time, and street cats ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. But you got to give a shout out to Glass Malone, who was an intelligent street brother. He came out and was like, "We ain't taking this shit from you." And this is Glass Malone. Before I get into my,
there's no way you gonna think this cool. There's no way you think this gonna be cool.
You can't do that.
You thinking you popping and talking shit about that sister? I'm gonna what she said to that art. You keep calling her names, bro. I swear to God on Olivia, bro. It's going to come to a place where that's like it's permanent. You can't take that off. AD let you get away with it the first time. He should have fucked you around and he didn't. Niggas keep letting you get it off because they want to be cool with you. It's one thing to say, hey man, you know what? That lady ain't said your name, so you assuming it, you finna start calling her out her name. I'm telling you right now, 7th Street Crit, nigga not going for that. It ain't even got nothing to do with TDE. Eventually, you just a white man talking shit about this system.
Yeah.
That's what it's coming down to. And I'm just keeping it a beam with you, bro. I know you fuck with Act. I know you fuck with Flock and a couple niggas. You cannot be no motherfucking white man talking that much about that black woman. That's just not gonna fly, homie. I don't give a fuck what she's saying. I don't give a fuck about what you think is happening. I don't give a fuck if you think that's dissing you. You're not finna be sitting up there just talking shit about that black woman. On God, bro. And if you keep doing it, I'm gonna start pressing all the niggas around you. I'm not gonna press you because I don't know where you at and I don't know how to get to you. But all the niggas around you, they don't got your money. They don't got none of that shit. Niggas gonna start pressing all the niggas, and I'm gonna make it my business to make Crips start pressing all the niggas around. All the niggas that's black around you. Every nigga that let you get that off. You're not finna sit there and just be talking about that black lady, bro. That's just not gonna fly like that. It's not gonna fly like that. It's one thing, I get what you saying, but nah, homie. Like, I saw you doing that other thing where you telling the nigga not to apologize for using the N-word offending black people. Crip gang, like, I'm gonna fuck with nobody say, not Chuck, not nobody. Not nobody. They gonna all have to get down with what I'm saying with every last one of them. Because I'm gonna make it real hard for everybody, because we not no suckers and we not no sellouts. So you keep doing all of that shit, that's gonna be a problem. Stop playing with that lady name. Don't call her out her name. Don't be doing all that shit because you're gonna fuck around and you finna say the wrong thing and it's gonna be a problem. And everybody who cool with you, I swear to God, on 7th Street Crip, if you see this and you cool with Cuz and you see him doing that, just know we gonna have a problem. I'm gonna if you one of the homies or not, it's gonna be a problem with me and you. And I mean a physical problem. No other way around it. No other way around it. I'm cool with you writing a diss record. That's cool. Diss her. Don't get on that motherfucking thing and think we supposed to let you just keep talking shit about this black lady. No chance.
All right.
Let me tell you something. If he was from St. Louis, he would definitely be from the north side.
He's from where I'm from, yes, sir.
I was like, this is definitely north side.
I mean, he's a Cali cat, though. He's a Cali cat.
I know. I said, but if he was,
no. He giving that St. Louis north side energy.
Exactly when he said 7th Street. I said, oh yeah, you know, I've been here for 15 years. I know what that is. But I was like, but he was he was north side and borderline, maybe East St. Louis.
Oh yeah,
people.
Madison.
Mm-hmm. No, okay, so that's my thing. It's like what's interesting about the cat that's next to him, like I told you, was telling you how he's like, hey man, like okay, kind of cool.
No, that's
no. I didn't take it as pandering. What's crazy if you look at him again, you see his brain, like what's going through his brain. You can see that
he went on some other shit though later on, Dom, talking about like he's rolling with a nigga doing that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like people be pandering, but this goes back to my issue ain't with it's literally like what the brother said, what Locke said. It is it's the niggas around you. Mm-hmm. Because y'all are allowing him to thrive and feel like he down and it's okay for him to say whatever the fuck you want to say without consequences. Words mean things, my nigga. And we know words will get you unalived in these streets. So you have to be mindful of what you say. And we see this happen. It's again, another tell us.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Voiced Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Tell us all this time. Like, shit look different for people. It's just like, but that is my issue, when we talk about our people, and it's like y'all gatekeep and trip off the wrong shit. The shit that y'all should be gatekeeping, y'all don't protect, and y'all be so open arms wide open and letting people in because they have a certain amount of access that you have, and so you want to be connected to it. It don't work like that because you're a rat. Like, this is how you online and just can willingly call somebody a black bitch. Like, that's crazy.
I'm fine with you if you want to get mad at her and all that stuff, but you talking about bitch and all that.
And like he said, hey, if allegedly if she was talking about you and you put your diss track in, whatever. But then
that's some sucker shit though, because this is the niggas involved in this shit is just sucker.
But it's also, but again, this goes back to niggas not having respect for themselves. We live in this day and age where they just came out with a list. I think it was like the boardroom. They had taken a poll, or somebody had taken a poll of what like the current population, like these kids want to be when they grow up, and people are talking about YouTubers and all this stuff. And you can make money on YouTube. I'm not a dream crusher. I know what that's like to have somebody not understand your dream and it try, and you are trying to put the pieces together. Like, I get that. I understand that. But, and on the flip side of that, it's like my daddy said, everybody can't be on the TikTok and on the YouTube and all this. We have other things that need to be handled. This is why I be saying these children are not our future. Nigga, why are we on vacation for 3 weeks? Nigga, I'm going to go back to work till next week.
Oh, really?
Nigga, these niggas need school. They think St. Louis is in Louisiana.
Yeah, Xander started school today.
Nigga.
Wow.
Angelinos are out of school until next week. And then we got the following Monday off because it's Martin Luther King.
Right.
So so that's my issue. I want to have a conversation with my people.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because you don't need to do this, Dom. I'm doing this right now. I'm doing it right now. How do I start this? So let me set the plate though, because for people to know the history of Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross got his blow up from, he was a streamer dude around the 2020s coming up and everything, but maybe before that though. And for some reason, Bronny ended up streaming and playing Call of Duty or NBA 2K with him.
Okay.
Online, and that blew him up because he had some affinity to being around blackness. His daddy and his mom ain't together though. He feels like he has an attachment to whatever he thinks that the blackness is though. Because let's keep in mind though, he's on there talking about Glass Malone need to go be with his baby mama though, even though Glass Malone ain't got no kids, because that's how Woody attached to black people.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, hey man, y'all niggas. And I'm saying niggas, and I'm standing hard on this because I feel, because when Glass Malone went in on him, though, to me that was almost challenging me to a certain extent of why we let certain shit ride as black men. And this is me though, and I'm not saying like I'm just letting people just do anything, but in general, especially online, we don't talk about a lot of these motherfuckers that be doing some dumb shit and everything. But for me, Dom, as Daryl Gordon Frierson Jr., A shout out to you though, Pax. Pax
You heard it? I'm like,
Pax is co-signing. I appreciate you, Pax, co-signing me. Pax, thank you for co-signing me, Pax.
And it was on time. That's why I'm like, wait a second.
A lot of y'all niggas don't like women. On top of that, y'all don't like black women. And you some sucker ass niggas because y'all don't like fucking women. Y'all don't like black women on top of that. Let's take it even another layer above that. You don't like your own fucking mama. And then let's take it even a step higher than that, though. You would forgive your daddy before you would forgive your own mama for whatever trauma you went through.
I told you well.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. Because the fact you let this motherfucker come into the culture and talk shit about another black woman like that, you a sucker ass nigga. And I ain't talking about all black men. I'm talking the niggas that's rolling with him. Everyone running him. Drake, I'm calling you out, my nigga. Fuck you, Drake, for that shit. Drake, the little streaming nigga that was around him, academics, any of y'all niggas that sit here and ride with him and want to roll with this white boy just because he's talking shit. Because if you say anything crazy about any Jewish young lady or Jewish woman or anyone in that community, though, they have a reason to ride on us if we talking out of pocket. But you want to sit up here and skin and grin with this motherfucker doing all that shit, though. And I'm it's some bullshit. I'm sorry, Dom. It's some bullshit. And
I know.
Yeah, and it's some bullshit. And you can say it's fun and games and all this shit, though. It ain't no fun and games, though. And look, a part of me was like, man, I don't want Glass and only get jammed up for doing something to him, though. But another part of me wanted something to happen to this little dude. Because it's a continuous thing, though, within our culture of giving this shit out for free. We've been giving this shit out for free, though, and giving out because we think we want to be closer to the ice water. The ice water is colder over there, so therefore we want to pimp out our culture to be able to do this, though, even if it's at the expense of our own women. Doesn't matter with that, though. And on top of that, he can't tell me. We have an inside culture discussion when it talks about, because he was on some other stream saying, well, y'all talk about women like that. No, that's in our culture. We have that. That's a discussion that we have, like on our podcast. We discuss different things within that. You ain't coming in this fucking culture telling us what the fuck we talking about amongst black people in this hip hop culture. You ain't doing that shit. And the niggas, but with him, I ain't talking about all black men. I'm talking about the niggas with him. Y'all some suck ass niggas. And I'm more disappointed with y'all. Because y'all don't like fucking women. Because these motherfuckers told you with the Red Pill bullshit and all this shit that the women shouldn't be glorified and be put up on a certain level. Notice y'all niggas, your motherfucking mom is black, nigga. You, nigga. And some of y'all niggas got fucking black daughters. And you want to be on some bullshit with talking about this? And it's not just a Doechii thing. The Doechii thing is just the beginning of it. Y'all be letting these motherfuckers slide with all this shit. Neon and all these other motherfucking streamers, man. I ain't talked about this shit. I've been holding this shit for a while, though, and I ain't never want to put it up on this podcast because it's been a lot of these motherfuckers that's been sitting out here with this shit, though. And them motherfuckers are fucking full of shit. You were riding with these motherfuckers just because they popular and shit, and they think they fucking part of this culture, and they not, because they can get fucked up anywhere they go around here, though.
But here's the thing: when you really think about it, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go.
But them niggas that's rolling with him don't understand the streets, because them suburbia kids. When you really think about it, them not the niggas that we grew up with. I was talking when I was like Glass Malone. I was like, oh, that's a North Side nigga. Like if he was from St. Louis, that's a different life. And so we know we've seen.
We have inside culture shit.
Yeah, so we know the streets.
This
so
white man ain't gonna tell us that shit. Then I'm sorry, and I don't make.
That's what I'm saying. And so the niggas, the black men that are surrounding these people that allow this shit, they don't understand what comes with the shit that they doing. Because like you said, we get it because we know. Like you from the north side, I'm from the west side, so we know what that's like to see nigga shit happen on the block and. Who said what and who shot John? You know what I mean? So we know. And it's our reality.
Women all day. But that's outside our culture. That's some shit.
But what I'm saying is the people surrounding him don't know art. They don't know. They have a they're co-opting blackness.
They co-opt their own black culture within their culture.
Because that's not their life. I would be shocked if that guy next to him was from a hood, and if he is, I'm like shocking, because at the end of the day, still at the day got to end, and people just be like, "Hey, nigga, like, okay, you really pushing it," and not even gonna backpedal on that shit and come back and say some shit later, like you said, like it would have been dropped right there. Like, okay, you doing too fucking much, dog. Like, let it go. Let's move on to something else because it's too many black bitches happening.
You can not like Doechii. Whatever.
And that's cool.
Industry plant, even though it's some bullshit, whatever it may be. Talking about this bitch and this bitch and all that, though. No,
but here is also the flip side of, like you said, that they're gay. They could be potentially gay.
I didn't say that. I said they hate women, and they hate black women even more.
Okay, so
I didn't say it was gay.
So
don't put the words in my mouth with that. I didn't say it was gay. Because I can't put that on you. I can say you don't like women, though. But you hate women.
At the end of the day, these niggas be gay. And I'm not saying gay like this. No. And I'm saying this as a factual fact. This is not a slur. I'm not using that as a derogatory word, statement, or anything. Here's what happens is that a lot of people like that like to be around they boys. They want a woman that can be like they boys, that just understand them and do all of this stuff. But it's like they really want to be with them. They want to be with they boys. So, and that's not me being a dick. That is factual. Gay men are on record saying this. There's straight men on record, allegedly straight, on record saying.
I mean, he's a young dude.
But I was going to say this on the flip side of that statement. The reality is there is hate for Doechii outside of the industry playing bullshit. Because
that dude Aiden Ross was hating on Megan. He had on Cardi.
And I'm going to say all women. I'm going to say this.
And black women.
That hate on women like that is simply because they will never get a woman like that. Women like that require certain things that they don't have.
It's even more than that, though, Dom. And this is men across the board, though. And this is not even just these motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's incel behavior because those people
niggas they supposed to get love from a woman just because they a fucking man. Ain't got shit to do with
also that's part of it, but a lot of it is that you're attracted to this person that would never be attracted to you.
I'm sorry, y'all, because no.
It's fine. You're upset. You're upset.
Yeah.
But that's also the reality of the situation. A lot of those men that fall into that category of going online, bashing women, certain types of women, is because they want a woman like that. And they feel, like you said, they feel entitled to this woman and what she has going on. And so instead of realizing the reality, I might never date this 10. I need to just, this 6 is cool. I need to settle for the 6 and be, because niggas, but when we talk about inflated ego,
I don't even think it's about the type of woman, though. I just think it's women, period. Any woman that has an opinion, any woman that wants to even have anything going on is like, oh, she just won't do what the fuck I wanted to do. It's just, I'm a man.
But that's part of it. But the other part of it is that the reality is that they would never get a woman like that. That is fly, that is confident.
You're taking too many steps.
I'm not taking too many steps. That's just the reality of it. As I'm a woman. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's some sucker shit, man. And DJ Academics, I ain't talked about this podcast ever in my life, but fuck you, nigga. And that's y'all. You can go in.
Jerry. Shout out to Erica Badu. She said you look like Jerry.
Yeah, fuck him, man. And I've always thought fuck him in general.
This too circle for me, and so I was like, and he got like weird eyes, so I just was like,
some shit, and sucking niggas like that. And
that's what I'm saying.
And my thing is, and this nigga Drake fucks with these niggas, so I'm trying to figure out how y'all want to ride with this nigga.
Think about how when after he got played by like Rihanna, how obsessed he was. And how all these things that happen when these women be doing him because they see his incel, like his behavior. And so it's like he'd still be talking about, nigga, this bitch got 3 kids, pretty much moving on with her life, and she is still
on his last album.
And then that's what I'm saying. Same thing with Serena. It is the same shit, and it's just like let it go. But again, you know what? You have access. Pay the lady and lay on the fucking couch so you can get over it. But he panders to a certain audience of people where they feel seen because this person, oh, it's my feelings, and I really wanted this to be a thing. And it's just like, nigga, we all take L's and heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
We all take.
You don't learn love unless you take an L.
Yeah, and even when like bad bitches be taking L's too. We all
everybody does.
Everybody does, but it's also it's how you mature and handle the situation. And this goes back to when we say certain men lack maturity, like their brains have not fully developed. And so
niggas all day. I said shout out to Stephon Diggs.
Oh shit. So when you really think about it, Drake been famous since he was like 13 or 14 because he was on Degrassi. That is he's that same age. His behavior reflects the like 13-year-old.
We saw that was with Rob Lowe that said that about like how like whenever you become popular at your age, you get it's almost like a prison thing where you get stuck at that age.
Yeah,
you're like because Rob Lowe said that he had to get his mind out of being like I guess he popped at like 17 and like everything is you being at 17 because that's when you popped. So you don't have anything.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. And
that's why child stars are all messed up.
Yes, and so you think about a lot of these people that we see or certain things happen and be called, like it's shocking to them. Just like when we talked about even on Reasonable Doubt, and how he didn't know how to do basic things.
Yep,
it really be true. And I think about some of the conversations when you meet different, like people out here that are, have notoriety or famous. And I think about like some of the conversations that we've had, you'd be like, what? Like, or like, it makes sense now. But then you get somebody, and then you see the flip side of people that clearly might be going to therapy or something, or have certain people around them that are like the same age, but around them that keep them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but y'all, I was a little bit.
It was a great rant. I was like, I told my brother, this guy we've talked about before.
I was
proud.
It's like he's like this bitch, and I'm like, yo, you cannot like this shorty for whatever reason. We ain't doing all that,
right?
We ain't.
I'm like, I ain't gonna be too many of your bitches like homeboy with his hands.
What was that? Was that a Poetic Justice? She was like, I'm gonna show you a bitch. What was it? Was that with Regina
Hall?
Yeah. Your bitch, your mama's a bitch. I'm gonna show you a bitch. With Don, where can people hit you up at?
Y'all can find me at St. Angela's. The first episode. Now I'll be talking about it at the end. We talk about Stone Cold Freaks is the name of the podcast with another St. Louis alumni that is a Hollywood writer, my friend Darren Doechii. We explore the realm and spectrum of sexuality. We talk about polycues. We talk to trans people. We go through it all over there, and it is a good time. And it's really interesting.
When we dropping it? When does this drop?
So it officially drops February 16th
on my birthday.
Yeah, yes, on your birthday, aka President's Day. And so we'll be having some teasers as we lead up to it. And just really, really excited to have honest, open conversations with people and what people could be thinking and things for people to explore, because there are a lot of inquisitive people out there, but just don't know who to talk to. So I look forward to meeting new people and everything. So, yeah, that's all I got for y'all.
Yeah, no, thank y'all for listening. As always, with live end of the month, last Tuesday of the month, we will be live. We don't know what we're talking about yet. It'll be our normal regular show, but we will be doing it live. So no topic yet, obviously, we don't have no topic yet. But yeah, man, fuck you, Aiden Ross.
Unless you can see into the future.
Yeah, and fuck you, Aiden Ross, though, man. And we'll be back soon. Peace.